Hey, child. So look, we are still reading Earl, the autobiography of DMX. And I really wanted to share chapter 37 with you. It is starting to talk about a lot of people in the music industry that we all have heard of, know of. And right now he's talking about a record that he was going to be making with Irv Lorenzo, now who we know is Irv Gotti. And it says that it was a good verse, and I was going to be the last MC to spit on the song, but then Gotti did me dirty. A few days after I laid my vocals, he told me that he decided to put Jay-Z on the track as well. There wasn't any beef between Jay and I. We hadn't seen or even spoken to each other since the battle in the pool hall, but knowing that he would be on the song, I wanted to do my verse over. Come on, X, don't do me like that, Gotti complained. We got to get this song out. But my instincts were right. See, when Jay went to the studio, he got upset when Gotti told him that I was going to close the record over him. So he listened to my verse and took some shots at me. Okay, listen. I ain't got a clue, child. I don't know. So did Jay-Z and DMX have beef? Yeah, if you know, let me know. That was effed up. If we were going to put him on the song, why didn't you put him on the song like you put me on the song? I yelled at Gotti. You let him hear my shit, so he knew how to counteract what I said. That gave me a disadvantage. If I knew there was going to be a battle on wax, I would have finished him. But both of y'all are my... And I didn't know with how crazy you could get if I could safely put you two in the same room together. Gotti answered. That was a weak excuse. A few weeks later, Gotti made up for the move by taking my demo tape to TVT to see if he could get me signed there like he did with his other artists. But the president of the label didn't like my material. Okay, so he was like, I knew that was some BS. But when Wah had brought my material to see Puffy Combs, who had blown up with my YO girl, Mary J. Blige, and now had his own label, Bad Boy Entertainment, he had pretty much said the same thing. I wasn't marketable. I cursed too much, and the public wasn't ready to hear that kind of anger right now. I finally started to sense a pattern. I knew what these check writers really wanted to say. They wanted to say I wasn't a stable investment, that I was running the street and in and out of jail. They wanted to say I was a problem, a risk, but that wouldn't have been the first time I heard that. Try School 18. Or living with my mother on School Street. I wish someone had the guts to come to a mother effer real like, we know what your struggles are, but we see your talent. Trust. That was all I wanted. I was reckless because I didn't give a F. I robbed because I was starving. I was broke every effing day. Couldn't anyone even understand that? In 1994, the biggest label in the world was Death Row Records, fueled by producer Dr. Dre and his G-Funk sound and artist Snoop Doggy Dogg. Death Row had brought a West Coast gangster aesthetic of chronic and gin and juice to the music and started selling millions of records in the process. On the wave of success, the label CEO, Suge Knight, had thoughts of creating a Death Row East, a New York-based affiliate of his company that would expand his empire and attempt to mirror the success he had with local artists in Compton and Long Beach with East Coast MCs. One night on the word of Corrupt, one of his artists, Suge, came looking for me. It was the night Snoop had a show in Manhattan. Suge brought Corrupt, Snoop, and some of his other Death Row artists up to Powerhouse to hear my rhyme. I had heard of these, and I knew that Snoop and the Dog Pound were the biggest rappers in the game at the time, but I didn't care. They were in my house, and I was going to do what I do. So, okay. This is a picture of me and the Rough Riders with Dr. Dre. I would be a perfect fit for the loud, arrogant, F yo ghetto attitude that he wanted Death Row to have. But when Wah, Darren, and Gotti came out of the meeting, they told me the deal wasn't right. And after less than an hour of negotiating, it was clear that I wasn't going to join the row. I guess DMX just can't win from losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he say? I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Dang, man.